Now, for yet another edition of Temidlalo, as we talk about sports, anything that has to do with sporting activities in the country, in the Kingdom of Eswatini, especially those that are making headlines. It could be football, it could be motorsports, it could be golf, it could be other technical, also sporting courses that we have in the country. Otherwise, hello and welcome. Your host once again, Fabrice Msonera, because tonight it's going to be one of those good shows where you get latest information. For instance, there's the Momo Cup. We know that it's now less than a month before we get into the month of September, where the actual tournament takes place. Remember, it was launched as beginning of June. Now we are in beginning of July. Now it's end of July, getting to August. So teams continue with the voting system, and the numbers are quite impressive. Over 15 million. We're talking about 28 teams voting through their supporters. We'll have the tournament public relations officer just to give us an overview of what's happening in terms of preparations leading to the main event itself. What are they doing behind the scenes to try and encourage Eswatini to be part of the tournament? Otherwise, moving on, we have a team of 4 athletes who have left the country to Trinidad Tobago for the 2023 youth games, where we are represented in categories like swimming and also other sporting code. We hear the message coming from the Minister for Sports, Harris Bulunga, just encouraging the athletes that they're not going there for fun, but to put on the flag of the country and just to, as they are told. Otherwise, motorsports, they have been quiet for some time, but over the weekend, this is one of the, moment of the weekend where they were back to action. If you have a car of this magnitude, you ask yourself, ngaba possible to see now one day, one time, you take yourself there and also move with your car. Otherwise, Litwala over the weekend also had the awareness walk. It was all about the campaign of trying to keep or encourage Eswatini to keep active and remain fit. So we've seen different faces within the sports fraternity, Bewakon also to try to encourage. Otherwise, FNB Golf Challenge, one of the biggest golf challenge within the region over the weekend, taking center stage at Ngongonyeni. We hear what our colleague Linda Dlamini Master, who just had a 30-minute coverage that we have here at the Temidlalo later on. And he's going to be speaking to Peter Cummins, the eventual winner of the 2023 FNB Golf Challenge. Otherwise, for my first 30 minutes, Master is not here today. He is going to be with you for the next 30 minutes for that FNB Golf Challenge special edition. Otherwise, in the studio, Sengverina Lokulmela Momo Cup, Mr. Manyatsi Nguvusele. It's a big assignment being a public relations officer. Ne?
Yeah, I know it's not easy. Yeah, kusiyinto lelula. But kumsebenzi nasunikiwe bakwenika ngakwethemba ufuna bese uyawenda.
They were fair in picking you as the PRO. Please convince me why. Now I feel like they were fair to pick you. We needed someone who looks like can be trusted, and you can be trusted.
Ngithembakele Fabrice kanti futhi kuleti khathi namuhla ukhanza ukuthi thina insha sesisebenza ngabo social media incumbi yetino zethanjiswa nga social media sekulukhuni nje ukuthi tinto singadimaketha sivuke ekseni siye maybe emsakatweni sitela emsakatweni so sisebenzisa social media so social media selithulusi leli powerful kakhulu so thina abantu labasha sihlala khona ku social media.
Today, the last day of July, singena August has got also 30 days. Then we get into September 18, the last day of voting. So we're left with 48 days. So the days that are left are more than the days we've just left behind. But we've got 15 more million. We've got already 15 million votes. To you as a pro,
Fabrice bese nhlanhleni 12 July 2023 sahamba sayosukumisa iMomo Cup lekuyi second edition. Sesibuyile ke sasebenza sizamile kuyimarketha leti nombolo lotishoko tichaza kona ukuthi labanye abantu bayakuva lelesi kushumayele ngale Momo Cup yakulomnyaka. Kepha ke sisacela leti nombolo ukuthi tikhule. Maningi emalanga lasele, maningi emavoti lesiwagatsile, maningi futhi nemavoti lahleli kubantu lesifuna kwacela ukuthi bawasebenzise.
There have been a lot of changes. I don't want to get into the rules and the regulations, but there is a lot. It's now available that was not available the previous season. For instance, let me pick one of the rules. It says part of the rules and regulations, and I remember CEO Kenneth Makanya just revealing that if you get a red card within the tournament of Momo, it affects you in other tournaments. These are some of the things we've seen them internationally.
Yes.
So I want to touch on the impact of these rules, how now you've tried to ensure that there is no mistake. Last year,
Yes.
in terms of errors that you can never expect in football. But Nanhlara, just on the day you were putting the rules down, I'm sure you were there, part of the committee, how emphasized it was to say we want to make sure that all clubs, everyone, are bound to the rules.
Njengoba usho Fabrice ukuthi wona lo mthetho lona nini ubone usebenta emaveni angesheya. Emave angesheya sonke uya under FIFA. So we are trying nathi ukuthi simove towards the professional wale ngesheya. So utawati ke ukuthi iMomo Cup idlala under Premier League of Eswatini, which means the rules funa sebenzisane nalawa aka Premier League of Eswatini. So ngiko ke lolo kuchaza ko Fabrice ukuthi if you get a caution or you get a red card vele iya affecta ngale nasibuya ku Premier League ngale ku league because sonke se under Premier League of Eswatini.
Now, a tournament that brings all together the 28 teams, but then the votes have to select who gets into the polling system. Now, let's talk about the format.
Yes.
I think that's where people want to get the proper understanding. The format is quite different from what you've seen before. Just touch down on the format. Give us why now, going forward, maybe you might change it, or you feel like so far it's working for you. The format of the tournament.
Okay. Utawukhumbula ukuthi kulo mnyaka lophelile akhona ama teams bekuthiwa seeded. Kwesibili bekunema teams la 3 la beka qualifyela ema semi-finals. That is last year. And this year lokho sekushinjile. Kuthi team le seeded. Sonke sicale ku0. Sonke futhi sitawutshelwa amavoti lesiwatholile mhla ka-18 ebusuku ukuthi wena awuqualify kuyodlalela iMomo, wena uqualifyele ema playoffs noma wena uqualifyele ema semi-finals. So this year it's different. The first top 2 teams nasicisha imishini 18 September 2023.
Now it's the top 2 teams.
The top 2.
So number 1 and
number 1 and number 2. Lalaba vote babasetulo.
Asesinamuhla mhla ka-18. Sikusho sithi Pick Black Swallows
neLozita Spurs labo sebaya 30 September ma semi-finals lawo. Tabe sekuchamuka ini Mbabane Swallows, Mbabane Highlanders, Manzini Wanderers, Singizini Hotspurs.
Just to tell the viewer we are not confirming. Sebenzisa lokukharity.
Sithi umshini na ungacishwa namuhla.
Okay.
Ngiloko lokungendeka.
So we're talking about the top 6 now.
Yeah, we're talking about the top 6, the current top 6. Lama teams lang 4 labesa top up the number 6. Wona kufuna ayodlala ema playoffs. Like uphuma khona 2 teams lotahamba uyodlala nawo ngiya top 2 by voting. Yes.
So in other words, nanguva kahle now Lozita Spurs or Pick Black Swallows, you might be 600,000 richer just playing 90 minutes. Because you're already into the finals.
Already
into the finals.
Yes.
You're waiting for someone to play. You win the game, you're 600,000 rich.
Yes, but still you have to play one game because there's participation.
Yeah.
Then when you win the first game, you go to the finals. Now sengadlala final you are guaranteed a 300,000 richer because you don't know if you're going to win or you're going to lose. So that depends lapho.
Okay.
Yes, so but once wabakle top 2 you are guaranteed a participation fee. 100,000 emalangeni. Yes.
Now, in trying to encourage Eswatini and supporters to be part of these tournament campaigns, where are you visiting so far?
So far bengalesithathu nje sitawucela ama teams lafisile uyofuna emavoti kuma MTN outlets ukuthi athinzele office la PRO
Le office la.
le office lami.
Okay.
Yes, funa bathinzele office lami basho ukuthi bacela ukuthi on Wednesday if we team yaseMbabane batawucela kuba seMbabane MTN outlet eMbabane mall, if it's Manzini nakhona kanjalo batawucela kuba outlet, but they have to talk to me first because utawukhanza seba overcrowded sebavale indzawo ya MTN. Then on Friday kuna MTN uvama kutendela ema activations akhe nakhona same thing, if bafuna kungena ku MTN they have to talk to me ngimi lo bese soyababikela ukuthi no MTN uyavuma ningabajoyina uba lana lana la. Then on Saturdays we have 7 Saturdays starting from this coming Saturday. Lesitawenda ngawo ama road shows. So sitawukhipha schedule lesitawusho onke emadolobha lesitawavakashela. We have 4 regions in the country and luckily onke lama regions lawo anema teams la participator Premier League na First Division. Then sitawuvakashela onke lama 4 regions then sitawukhetha emadolobha. Lapho khona onke lama teams atawukhona kuwavakashela amadolobha nabo batokhona kucela amavoti.
Now, it's all about him giving the final say as a supporter. Awuthendele uvanga kusuthini as the public relations officer. I'm happy and I'm quite intrigued to see a tournament of this magnitude being driven by fresh and young blood. That's what you want. Who knows, by the next time we talk about Momo Cup 15th edition, after 15 years later, that will be in 2038. He'll be probably the CEO of, so one of the title sponsors. Now, we were talking about campaigns that you're trying to do. But when you sit, we're talking about now currently over 15 million votes. We had an incident. We cannot ignore it.
Yes.
Teams were deducted for, votes. They are now on course again. They're leading. How are you making sure that they're not cheating again?
Shokutsi i-system yethu nalabo labazirana le-system yethu emavote each and every day aba audited. So we have to make sure ukuthi onke amavote are clean and silandzela ema-rules lesiniketwe wona so that ikutoba bete ama-foul play. So kufuna sibe equal.
Because there's talk on social media. 15 million, because last year we struggled actually to reach even 10 or 12 million if I'm not mistaken, but so far it's 15 million. And what's encouraging, I would say, the so-called small teams are doing what is needed. To you as the pro, the image of the tournament, seeing how people are quite encouraged to be part of the tournament,
utawukhumbula Fabrice ukuthi after COVID ema-tournaments athe kuncipha and eMaswati ayafisa kubukela umona kulesi kubita nje kamkhumla chess, which is a knockout. So ngicabanga ukuthi bona bayakujabulela lokuthi one knockout is coming back, hoping ukuthi nalamanye ama-knockouts atawubuya. Lokho kusikhomba sithombe sokuthi abantu bayayijabulela knockout. And utawukhumbula ukuthi it was the first edition last year. Khona bekulapha nalapha lokuzama ukuthi kulungiswa, because at the end of the day into yebantu kufuna sibobalalela abantu, labanye baba nema-suggestions laphilako, labanye bayona, labanye bayakha. So siyazama kancane kancane le tournament siya-introduce njengoba kusisho ukuthi it's the second edition. So siya-introduce kancane kancane. Maybe in the 5th edition it will be perfect. Who knows?
I know we're wrapping up, but I know as the public relations of the tournament, you mostly are involved with what PLE, Premier League, might say about the tournament. But you get the chance to speak with the teams, yes, pros with the teams. What are their complaints? What are their concerns? Not to expose them, but bakhalangani
kuncane manje labakhala ngakho. Basazama ku-understand le system ukuthi kusebenza kanjani. Labanye batawusaba ukuthi maybe thine small teams kubukwe ema-big teams. Kanti le nto lena Momo uyakhele onke ema-teams ladlala under MTN, ladlala under Premier League of Eswatini. Ude lo mcoka kunalomunye. We are all equal.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Just a message before we leave. I know we're not done. We're going to have you regularly before the main tournament itself in September. But the message in Jomashela Balanze, mostly clubs and their supporters.
This is a beautiful tournament. Nabanu uyafisa kuyobukela team yakhe idlala i-knockout. So yinye indlela yekuyodlala le tournament ukuthi bende lokhu labacelwa kona ngema-teams abo, which is to vote for their teams. That's the only way lota ukhona kuyobukela ngayo team yakho. It's either mhla ka-23 noma mhla ka-30. Ipower ikibo, ipower ikuma-supporters. Ama-supporters ayawudetermine ukuthi team yangena noma ingene, na ingena iyongena kuma-semi-finals noma iyodlala ema-playoffs. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. Hope you get enough rest, because when you talk about voting, sepsu bayakshayela bafuna kuva ukuthi system ngathi kunje namuhla kunje, and I know that you are exposed to the level where you sometimes have to say, let's just do things according to the rules.
Fabrice bathi nabanginiketa lo msebenzi banginika ngekungethemba nami ngingumuntu lokhuthele lomele kona kusebenza so ngathi tshela ukuthi kulala buthongo ngabugcina mhla ka11 ebusuku sho ukuthi buthongo ngiyoze ngibone nini mhla ka1 October sekuphela i-tournament. Yes.
All right. I'm coming up with the social, with the media houses tournament. I think you should be there. You qualify. Thank you very much. Thabiso Manyatsi, the Public Relations Officer of Momo Cup 2023 edition. You know, just as young as he is, just shows that he's quite energetic and proud, and he's also sure of what he's saying, and he's telling us that come and vote for your teams. If you want to see your team on the 23rd during the playoffs or on the finals on the 30th, one thing you have to do is just vote. A short break. On a comeback, we touch on other sporting codes, including the national team, the national youth team, beg your pardon, that left for Trinidad and Tobago Youth Games earlier on today.
Hello everyone and welcome to the show. You know the vibes, it's the beat down. The time is 8 p.m. It's time for you to relax, sit back, relax, and enjoy the music videos that I got for you.
Moving no direction, like it's a calling. When alive in the middle of nowhere, shake the ground and burn the air. So yeah, yeah, you don't have to hold back for anything or anyone. Just on this.
They have Temidlalo. We're still talking about sports. We're talking about what's happening in the current, sporting activities now. Like I highlighted earlier on, the Minister for Sports and Youth Cultural Affairs, Haris Bolonga, was bidding forward to the a team of 4 athletes that left the country for the 2023 Youth Commonwealth Games in Trinidad and Tobago, where we're being represented by this so-called young team. And the message was clear from the minister: just go and raise the country's flag high. You're not going for fun, you're going for activities that will make the country proud and that will also make Eswatini to be known for their respect and everything. Let's listen to what the minister, in the company of the Chief Executive Officer of Eswatini Olympic Commonwealth Games Association, Maxwell Jede, had to say to the team.
What you should know is that representing the country means you are now ambassadors of the Kingdom of Eswatini. So please ensure that your behavior is exemplary. Cooperate with your team leaders in the form of our Chief de Mission, Lee Young and Zama Tabete. While you're out there, work as a team. That's why we call you Team Eswatini, and support one another. Once the competition begins, show the necessary aggression and fighting spirit. Government and the entire nation is fully behind you. We will be vouching and praying for you to be safe, healthy, and to bring back those most wanted medals. I heard the comment from Mr. Dlomo here that I shouldn't put pressure on you, but unfortunately, we don't send out tourists. Whenever we send out a team, the expectations are that they should be fighting for podium finishes. It is a necessary pressure. When you're a top athlete, you need to ensure that you fight to ensure that the country is counted amongst those who competed, not just participated.
Through our structures internally within IWOGA, in particular the International Games Commission, which also has representation from the Sports and Recreation Council through the CEO, we went through the process of identifying the sporting codes as per the sporting calendar for the games. We have a team composition of 6 Honorable Minister, where we have 4 athletes from 2 sporting codes, which is athletics and swimming. From athletics, we've got Maibongwe Vilagati. If you can raise your hand, Maibongwe, or stand up to be seen. We then have Sbusisiwe Mabuza. So these are the 2 athletes from athletics. And then from swimming, we've got Damien D'Souza. And then we also have Haley Hoy, Honorable Minister.
I would do my level best that ngibuye ne-medal ekhaya.
Ngithembisa kufaka wonke amandla ami ngikhone kufika podium ngilwine le.
I'm expecting to get personal records and hopefully medals.
Now, the team has been encouraged. The message is clear. Just go there and participate and try to fight for podium finish, not to add numbers. That's the message from the minister and the CEO, who highlighted the athletes. The athletes also are encouraging, Eswatini to be behind them through prayers, and they're assuring you that whatever you do, just know that they are going there to represent the country. So the message was clear. We're hoping as a country that through these games that begin on the 4th of August, they will be able to represent the country in a perfect position. Under those 2 categories, being in swimming and being in athletics. And I can share one thing, there's no age cheating. We've sent a team of juniors. So all those 4 athletes that we highlighted are juniors. Now, moving on, we're highlighting another sporting code that has been quite for some time. That is motorsports. Now, they had a 2nd round over the weekend at a usual place where the venue is always packed in their numbers. So we are talking about a sport where, as a country, we're trying to also, get to the highest level and be a country that can be able to organize biggest tournament. We've got a venue of this caliber where neighboring countries, talk about Botswana, Lesotho, Zimbabwe, Zambia, they do come and take part of this, competitions. And what they do say about Eswatini and the venue of hosting this motorsport, it is quite outstanding. So it was once again another chance for Eswatini, who are in love with such fascinating, items of motor vehicles and motorsports, to be able to see them, because not only was that a chance for racing, but it was also a chance to see some of the sophisticated, art of work that is being done by those who love the sport. Not only can we see the VWs and everything, but there's also other sophisticated motor vehicles. And just to let you know that if you have a motor vehicle and you feel like you can be part of the competition, just trust me, the next round you cannot miss it, because you're allowed to bring your own vehicle. And the countdown on the day was quite intriguing, looking at how now the weather was accommodative for those who came with their cars. So it was a great chance, of course, for competition to get to the highest level. Otherwise, after this short clip we just watched, let's listen to what the event coordinator had to say about the tournament. And once it's back, what is the expectation from these drivers and the sport at large? Listen to this.
A lot is happening. It's all about cars. It's all about motorsport, really. World of Motorsport Eswatini looks at organizing events and coordinating them for motorsport. When we talk about motorsport, we're talking about gymkhana, we're talking about spinkhana, drag racing, go-karting, you name it. It goes on and on and on. There's a lot of different things you can talk about when it comes to cars, depending on what you want to talk about, really. Our first event for the day was go-karting. It was good. It was actually open to the public. So we had children playing go-karts. We had adults racing their own children. It was really beautiful. It went really well. On to the next now is drag racing. From drag racing, we'll be having spinkhana, and after that we have gymkhana, which most people know as drifting. Sinvita onke emaswati ukuthi ete atosjoyina, because motorsport is a community for people who love motors, like who love cars. You don't have to own one, because some of those things as resources that you find already provided at the venue. So with go-karting, for now we were still using go-karts for entertainment and for us to just have fun with everybody who's around here. But it is going now to get in a competitive space where now you'll be getting given a chance to actually practice, get a license, and know how to race using Emma go-karts, which will be provided for by World of Motorsport. It's a championship basically. Since 2016, WOMS has been hosting these events, these championship events, for everybody to join. So what happens is, if you have your own car, there's different categories, right? You decide, okay, I want to join drag racing. You put under drag racing, and you're put under the same category, rather the same class, because some cars are like 4 cylinders, some are 6 cylinders, some have turbos, some don't. So for fair competition, you have to be put under the right category. It's your car, but at the end of the year, because we have different rounds. This is round 2. We had round 1. So as our competitors come through, our participants come through, they gain points, right? So it's points accumulative, in a sense that at the end of the year we will have the main winner, but for every round there's always a winner. We do update our log on our social media pages. If you are interested with anything to do with e-motorsports, do follow us on social media and you will definitely stay updated. And we're also about to educate people about motorsports.
Now, quite interesting from the events organizers of the Under the Motorsports Federation, just giving us an overview of what was happening over the weekend, a type of cars that were used on the day, levels of competitions, outstanding, competitions that were held all the day, from early as young and talented kids who wants one day to be drivers, to those already excelling in the sport. Otherwise, they were not the only people who were busy over the weekend, because in a way of motivating Eswatini just to keep active, we talk about cycling, we talk about athletics, but sometimes those who come up with also initiative of awareness in terms of taking a walk is also another initiative to try to ensure that you and I, if you cannot make it on a bicycle, if you cannot make it on the road to run, this is what you can do. So it was another initiative to try and encourage Eswatini to keep active and avoid those illnesses that are caused by just sitting at home and avoiding training. So a chance to see some of the well-known faces in the sports fraternity. It could be football and other sporting associations. But the numbers, also the way they came in, it shows that Eswatini, when you talk about fitness, when you talk about getting active, they are quite, just to give you a moment to take a look at these visuals for an event that took place from Monday last week in Lavumisa, and just to show you the excitement of those who attended. Numbers accumulating to over 150, just maybe to give you an overview of what Eswatini, who took part of this event, what do they have to think. Just randomly, we picked those who attended the event to give us their experience and what can you hear from this. Just listen to the expectations.
Benefit, I think, health-wise, also what as a person would you achieve certain things in life. Distance lefana nalena nje bengacabanga ukuthi ngake ngikhave on foot. Okay, ngacala Vumisa to Big Bend, and then Big Bend to Spofaneni, and so yeah, it's been a taxing journey, but it's been fun as well. Yeah.
Ngizenje ku health yami neku refresheka ne entertaineka nje umnanze kuhamba nalabanye bami.
Fitness yebo ngiyadiva nje ukuthi yabo lo mtimba vele right, yeah. Imbabane ngijane emqalela muhla nje imbabane. Yeah,
Imbabane. Prince of Wales. Ngibenefithe kulula lamathambo. And ukubuka le environment yathi nje uhambayo usemodini.
Ababahle bawoka nje, it's refreshing, and for a change of things to do, uphume nje uvuka ekseni walk. Yes.
Now, those are the people who took part of that walk. Like I highlighted, beginning from Monday last week up to Friday, they took, they walked in different places, all the way from the likes of Big Ben, Spofaneni, and up reaching to Manzini and Babane, and highlighting what they benefited. Like I said, it's all about encouraging your body fitness, encouraging that you try to be active. There's a lot that you gain thanks to Litwala Health Wellness Center to come up with that initiative that I would say pushed everyone to the limits. Now, for me, Fabrice Msonera, I will tell you that the next 30 minutes will be in the hands of my colleague Linda Dlamini, who took a moment just to give us an overview of what was happening over the weekend at the FNB Golf Challenge Gonyeni, a tournament I would say attracts almost some of the well-known pros in the golf industry within the region, sometimes even outside the continent. Linda Dlamini was at Ngonyeni Golf Course just to give you what was taking place, and eventually he will also reveal the champion for you. For me, Fabrice Msonera, and to meet again on Thursday for Eswatini. Sultana Gamnas.
Eminyakeni lophelile-ke libhangela lapha ekhaya i-First National Bank of Eswatini la lisekela-ke umgqugquzelwano womdlalo olugaluva ngemali le-1.2 million. Kanti-ke laveta-ke ukuthi litawuchubeka-ke liyisekele lo mgqugquzelwano lolapha lubanjwa njalo lapha engwenyeni. Kulo mnyaka-ke liphindze lamemeta ukuthi litawusekela lo mgqugquzelwano ngemali le-2 million emalangeni. Yebo, tigidzi letimbili temalangeni. Liqalile-ke liviki lapho khona sibonile badlali labangekho ezingeni lisetulu, ingasho wona phela ema-amateur adlala lisuka nje liviki. Kwase kuthi kusukela ngalesithathu sabona ke ema-professionals alapha ekhaya ahlungela ukuthi nakufika yona impelasonto atokhona phela kudlala nalabo labaqhamuka ngaphandle. Kodwa ke kude ke liswati lelikhonile kugcina ukuthi lidlale ngalo lilanga langemgcibelo lapho khona sibonile ukuthi bekunebadlali bemidlalo olugaluva labe baqhamuka ngaphandle kwakuleli. Sibonile bacutselana bagcina badlala ke bafika badlala yonke lemigodi le-18 lapho khona babese bacutselana. Kodwa ke njengoba ngisho ukuthi betibophele la beticutselene njengoba simbonile Peter Kimis agcina athole 10 under bebakhona la. Kodwa ke yena Peter Kimis ngomdlali lona lochamuka Even laseNingizimu Afrika, kodwa ke ngetalwa utalwa Even laseGreece, sondinde khona ke edolobheni laseKapa lapho khona atilolonga khona nakhona ahlala khona nemndeni wakhe. Kodwa ke ugcine ahamba embili njengoba ngishilo ukuthi ugcine athola 10 under. Lo bese uhamba ekhaya uya eNingizimu Afrika nemali le-317,000 emalangeni. Yebo, 317,000 emalangeni. Kodwa ke yena Peter Kimis akacali ke kuwina noma kuphakamisa umgqugquzelwano lapha ekhaya njengoba sekwesine aphakamisa solo nje afika lapha ekhaya eSwatini aphakamisa imigqugquzelwano. Kodwa ke lo we-FNB Eswatini Challenge kukwekuqala.
Peter, first of all, congratulations. FNB is your first one, second in the country. How does it feel?
I'm thrilled. I'm also relieved because it was a battle out there, but I'm very, very thrilled that I managed to close out. Well, Matthew Spacey is a gentleman, so it's a real privilege to be playing with him, especially in the last round. I played with him a handful of times, and he's great to play with. He's a very fine player. He was a little unlucky, but that is the nature of, final rounds in the mix. There's a lot of stress, there's a lot of pressure, and it was obviously I had my sort of game plan, my strategy, and I just try to stick to it. We both had a little bit of unluck throughout the day, but also some fortuitous bounces and things as well. So I think I was just very pleased that I managed to be tough and not sort of get too flustered about a mistake, because you are feeling the stress and you make mistakes, you make wrong decisions, you get sensitive sometimes. So I was trying to swing free, putt free, trust my instincts, those kind of things, and not be controlling too much. I know it sounds crazy, but yeah, that was my strategy. Tee, I thought the wind was a little right to left. Where the location of the tee is, you can't feel exactly the direction. It's a bit down, and so I took a conservative line, and then when I hit it, the wind hit it hard, hit a little bit right and a little bit long, and so therefore I was over the green. And the difficult thing is there's a lot of grain when you're chipping, especially into the grain, but I had a very clean line. And there is placing today, but I didn't place that chip. The lie was very good. And I managed to just not think too much. Had a look at the chip and just trust my instincts and hit it. And I hit a very nice, I hit a great chip, honestly. It was a very difficult chip, to be fair. I love the course. The course is fantastic. The views are wonderful, but the layout is also fantastic, and I love the grass here. Like the driving, when I first went to the driving range on Tuesday, I couldn't believe what I was hitting off. It was pure, absolutely pure.
All right, absolutely pure. Lastly, I know it's irrelevant, but your last name is chemist, and in our native language, if you say chemist, you say something about muti, medicine. So did you bring some medicine with you to be able to take this?
I think I just brought a good attitude.
Joining us up front here for the trophy presentation from the Eswatini Professional Golfers Association, Mr. Musa Mhluli, the Eswatini Golfers Union, Mandla Dlamini from the Sunshine Tour, who themselves have done such a great job for our professional golfers, for them to be able to travel across the continent, playing for even increased prize funds this year. So this year, this tournament itself and many others have got a prize purse of 2 million rand. So for our players, that is incredible. So to the Sunshine Tour, Dirk, convey the message back to Thomas Abt, the commissioner and the entire team. Continue to do the great work as well. And also joining us is the FNB CEO, Dennis Mbingo. But I'd like to first call up from the EPGA, Musa Mhluli, just to say a few words.
Thank you once more to FNB, and thank you to the Sunshine Tour. And especially, I think I should mention that we're very grateful to notice that Sunshine Tour not only came to sponsor us, not only came here to support us, but they also was an input of cash that they gave us, that we could be in a position to play this tournament. So for that, we are very much grateful and we appreciate that. I think they deserve a round of applause. Grateful also to all the co-sponsors that are here who have supported us. We notice we've got Toyota, we've got Aquili Water, and we have MADD Investment. We are grateful for this, and I notice that we continue from being great to being greatest, and we appreciate to having co-sponsors coming in to sponsor such a tournament. The professional local players and the visiting pros, we have learnt a lot from you. We are grateful. And we notice that not only your participation, not only your coming in here, taking your time, traveling to this place, we observe that you love us and we also love you. We are learning a lot from you, especially us, the local people, the local professional players. We are growing in stature, I notice. Save for the score that I've noticed in the past few days that you have been here. The committee has been briefing me of how the Pro-Am went, and I've tried to take a peep also to the scores that they came back with. May I, maybe before I move from here, thank the director, Nkoyeni, and his staff for the great work that they do on the time that they put into this competition, that it could be safe, it could be successful. Thank you very much. To the staff also of FNB, thank you very much. I want to end with that and saying thank you. FNB is very sweet. We are grateful for that. You are like sugar. There are three things when it comes to sugar. but I won't mention the third one. First and foremost, sugar is very sweet. Secondly, sugar doesn't go off. Thirdly, I would leave it to you to imagine. You can tell me after I've moved from this podium. Once more, thank you very much.
I will not actually say more because the president of EPJ has actually covered a lot in terms of our appreciation. But it is important for us as Eswatini Golf to really maybe repeat some of the appreciation, particularly as it touches FNB, the major sponsor. We want to say thank you very much, FNB. You have once again outdone yourselves, Dennis and the staff. We say kudos to you guys. You've done a great job. We also want to thank the Sunshine Tour for partnering with FNB, and we are aware that they topped up the sponsorship to 2 million. We are very much grateful, Sunshine Tour, for making this event such a huge event. And thank you to Nkonyeni for setting up the course the way it's been set up. The staff of Nkonyeni, the greenkeepers, the director, you guys have done a great job to ensure that this competition is enjoyed and it is played at such a fantastic course. Thank you. As amateurs, we had 2 great days of golf, Tuesday and Wednesday. It was fantastic. We just want to say thank you again, FNB and your staff. It was a great day we had in the course. The amateurs had an opportunity tricks from the pros. We were able to learn how to hit some shots. Of course, we are amateurs. We remain amateurs, but we enjoyed the company with the pros. And maybe lastly, it is important for me to point out that we are looking at business to follow in the footsteps of FNB. I think FNB have shown us as business that it is possible. You know, golf is one sport that does a lot in terms of improving the lives of the people. It is not only the professionals that benefit from the sponsorship, but it goes a long way in terms of the caddies also. They're able to get jobs so that they can put food on the table for their families. The staff that are working at the venue here are also able to get jobs. Even the hospitality industry around Nkonyeni or wherever the event may be held, they also get to benefit in terms of economic growth and empowerment. So we really encourage business to come on board and follow suit in the steps of what the FNB team has done to show us that it is possible. We can put the country on the map through sport. We want to say thank you very much to all of you who participated, particularly the professionals who stood the test of time. This course was not easy. Like I said, it was playing tough every day, but they really put a lot of effort to ensuring that they are able to conquer the course. And well done to all of you, the winners. Job well done. Thank you.
Good afternoon to everyone. We may hold the title sponsorship reference, but to do a tournament like this, you require broad church. And a big part of that broad church, if I may be allowed, starts with the co-sponsors. We do have a desire that whilst we would, Dirk, continue to own the title sponsorship to just guarantee the tournament for several more years, we would like to see other corporates coming in partnership. It's not an F&B event, it's a golfing event for Eswatini. And if there are corporates that want to come into the picture, our arms are open. So to our friends from MDDM, our friends from Akele, I know in my opening remarks the other day I'd forgotten to mention AD Enterprises. Atahon, I hope he's around. But thank you for the consistency. In fact, it's important for me to especially pick Arthur because when we're trying to figure out how this tournament was going to work, we spoke to a lot of people who are experienced in golfing in Eswatini. So Arthur was one of them. I know that. Our friends from the EPGA, we asked them a lot of questions. Vusi, Babem Tluli, and your team, and members of the SGU. So this is not an FNB product. It's a product of a collective of Emaswati who've been desirous to help improve the game. So that matters to us. So thank you very much. Special recognition to my partner in crime, Johan. I don't know where he's hiding today. He's growing younger by the day, by the way, and I think I know why. I found out this week. So thanks, Johan, for being an excellent host and being accommodating to all of the difficult requests we have. We do commit to coming back again and making this special. And then special congratulations to all of the players for participating. We do talk, between ourselves when we see the profile of player coming in and where they come from. It makes a statement. It says there is something about this cause, there's something about this country, there's something about the way the tournament is organized that says the players think it's worth it. We would like to not only congratulate you, but welcome you ahead of time for 2024. Please do come back and use the year to do whatever you need to do to raise your game. May I please be allowed to just mention special recognition to the Eswatini pros. I understand, I think, for the country, it's a development process, and development is a long-term game. I don't think we have any expectations to our partners at the Sunshine Tour that we are going to have winners within the first or second attempt. I think the greater task for us is how do we then get our local pros to become even more competitive in the coming years and give our visitors a difficult time. So we are committed to that. In fact, we have been having conversations with the EPGA to say how do we have a postmortem to figure out how do we help, our players to come through. So we are invested. I think that's the statement Babem Dlule wanted to make to the EPGA. We are invested. It's not a passing commitment where we're just throwing money. We're invested in helping, and we'll take whatever advice, and we'll take your lead. We don't own the game, you guys do. So we'll take the lead from you on what can be done best. And then to the players today, the winners, congratulations. We hope to see you again next year, and I hope you will become ambassadors of the FNB Eswatini Challenge at Ngonyeni. Wherever you play, you will mention this cause, you will mention this estate, you will mention the collaborators and the partners in Eswatini, and you will be flag bearers for this tournament in all of the places where you play. And then lastly but not least, to all of the support guys, I know my colleagues have mentioned this, the marshals, the ground staff, nomads. I don't know how much you get paid for taking all of the number of days you take. Nick Jackson doesn't need to get paid, but I suppose the other guys may. But sincerely, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It makes it easier for us as a sponsor when you start a project like this and you know that you've got backers. You don't have to go and look for support. The support is there. So thank you, our sincere appreciation. And then to all our spectators and the local sports community, much appreciated. We love you, and we hope you love FNB back. Thank you. Bye.
It's indeed an honor for the Sunshine Tour to host this event in Eswatini with the blessing of the local PGA and the amateur union bodies. As with many tournaments we've hosted here over the decades, we want to see local golf grow and expose the golfers to the attraction of our lead professionals. We have some truly talented players who set the high standards in our country and in Southern Africa and obviously abroad, as we've seen over the years. So it's wonderful for the people of Eswatini to experience this as well. Then a special thanks to Nkonyeni for hosting this tournament for the second year running. Frans, to you and your team for all the hard work to make the guests and the players feel so welcome. It's long hours, long days and months of planning. So to Darby and his team of green staff, you guys have done a good job, a really great job. You improved the course and we can see it, and the players have also commented on it, so well done indeed. It's a challenging course, no doubt, and obviously the winner had to sweat hard to earn the title, so that's certainly what we want to see. And then Dennis, thank you for you and your team at FNB Eswatini and the team that's led by Zetu. They've done an amazing job working hard in the background with us, the long months of planning again, and it's run smoother, and obviously next year it'll be even smoother, and obviously that's how you want to progress, so well done to your team, and it was a pleasure. Yeah, the Sunshine Tour obviously hope to and trust to walk the path with FNB Eswatini to keep on growing this event. You know, we've shown our hand to boost, and I'm sure next year we'll probably pop it up another level with the help of FNB in Eswatini. And then last but not least, to our Nomads friends, I see a lot of them are sitting up there. Thank you for facilitating the scoring for this event. As usual, it was run smoothly. We appreciate your enthusiasm and support, so well done. And again, to my team at the Sunshine Tour, thank you for the hard work that mostly goes unnoticed behind the scenes. It starts in the darkness of the early mornings and often finishes in the dark. But be assured that you are all appreciated. Thank you. That's it from me.
Hello and welcome to Eswatini TV and to a brand new talk show called A Cuppa with Nomgebo. And I do what I have to do because I know where I'm going. All 5 of my mothers have inspired me.
So the addiction didn't happen then. It happened again another 8 years later. But that's where it started.
Choices I made at the time were not the best choices for myself.
I understand how a person can lose their mind in terms of life experiences.
That's what it looks like, and I like that. But you know what, the journey to my success is never a straight line.
Yeah, people are on the net now, and that's where we'd like to catch them with such shows.
Da 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 dee dee dee. Supposed to be going crazy, a downward spiral of my emotion. I see your face, I look away. I can't stand the memory of that one fake day. You control my heart, you control my mind. My soul is gone, I can gonna make of myself now. Baby, you are devil in disguise. Oh, sweet baby, your wings take me far. Fly at the distance without me no more. I said I see you fly, going nowhere faster than. Hey, you're trying to call me, while still looking at her in her face. Get her laid up in the very same bed. What do you take me